Hello. So I'm enrolled in the Media City and Cultural Capital class, obviously. And today we went to the BBC in central London. And as someone who's studying television and broadcast journalism back in the States, I found a lot of things to be different at BBC, comparing their way that they do news, specifically broadcast news, as compared to how we do it in the States. So, one thing that stuck out to me the most is that to the BBC, they are BBC readers, news readers, and they're already journalists in the field. Whereas in the States, if you want to be a news anchor, we call them news anchors. If you want to be a news anchor, you don't necessarily have to work at, for example, the LA Times or CNN or the New York Times first in print journalism or even online journalism. So I found that to be different. And studying broadcast news at my university, they don't require us to take journalism courses. We have to perfect kind of how we look on screen, what we're saying on screen, and our news writing in a news video, whether we are to report on the field or off the field, in the studio or whatnot. So I found that to be a lot different. Another thing that I thought was cool that the BBC does is they have other journalists researching in the same room as the news anchors or the news readers. And I thought that was cool because at news stations in the US, it's just a news station. You don't have people, writing articles and stuff like that. It's just really a news station, a news studio. So I thought that was really, really cool. And I think that would be nice to kind of merge those two fields together because I do think that journalists, that write articles should have more of a partnership with news anchors and broadcast news people. I think it would validate the integrity of the news story, and I think it would prove to just show how well that bond is between the two. So that was really cool. Let's see. Yeah. I loved the BBC. Obviously, it's the biggest, you know, broadcasting company in the UK. So going to the different floors, the theater drama or radio theater, realizing that they have their radio, their investigative journalists on one floor, their lifestyle journalists outside, doing that whole thing was really cool. And it was nice knowing that media is such a big aspect of London. And I think that's one of the reasons why I decided to come to London in the first place, was knowing that media is such a huge thing here, which I do appreciate. So, yeah, it was really nice doing that. And I can't wait to tell all my friends back in the States what it's like in the UK.